Hi there, everybody. Bald&curious here. Kind of chilly today. It says it's 36 degrees, but it feels like 25. Anyway, I haven't shot a gun in a while, so I'm out here in the snow doing a little practice with my 6-hour P320 Legion. That's a mouthful. Now, this one was set up for carry optics. I had a Romeo 1 Pro on it, but that bit the dust in the middle of the competition, believe it or not. I shot a steel challenge, and on the second stage, it just wouldn't turn on. So I called the SIG, no issues, send it back. Turns out it was turning on, but it was like really ultra low settings. I guess they had a bad batch. Long story short, I got a new one coming on the way. So put the iron sights back on, and one of the reasons why this gun is so popular, because you get a lot in for the money. So for just under $900, you get 3 magazines with this beautiful Legion base pads. It's optic ready gun, removable mag well. There's a, I think, 7-ounce weight that's inside that you can remove as well. So you can shoot it in pretty much any division you want. Okay, you can shoot it production as is, mag well, long sticks, 21 round mags with the extensions. You can shoot limited minor, put an optic on it, shoot a carry optic. You can shoot, it's IDPA legal in SSP, ESP. So because of that, I bought a second one. I went full SIG retard, and until I can get my hands on what is in my mind the biggest competitor to this gun for the price, the Grand Power Match, which is not in the country yet because ATF said it's not. It's a different gun. So what Grand Power did, they got away with the bull barrel, so there's no more bull barrel, so that'll make it IDPA legal. It has a removable back plate for the optic, and they extended the rail all the way, the dust cover all the way to the end. So I'm really looking forward to our Canadian folks. They have them already. We don't. So what I want to do today is kind of compare these two guns. Well, as close as I can. Obviously, there's a big difference in weight. This is almost twice as heavy than this. But this has the rotating barrel design and all the weights in the right places. So I don't think there's that huge of a difference in recoil. Well, actually there is, but all things considered, it'll still be okay. Uh, Biggest downsides of the Grand Power are the accessories. You can't really buy any. It's only a handful of people that make holsters for it. I got these base pads. I actually bought them from Rental Tactical. I don't know who makes them. And the biggest thing is you can't find magwell. So unless you're willing to make something, you can't get a magwell for it. As far as the sights go, the CZ sights work pretty good. And Dawson Precision actually makes sights for this. Trigger, this gun as it sits, it does not need any trigger upgrades, and spare parts are actually fairly available in the US through the Global Ordnance, who's importer right now. So let me load up some mags and we're gonna compare these two guns. Alright, so first one will be the Grand Power. What we're gonna look for is just a recoil and muzzle rise, stuff like that. I'll try to get some slow-mo and compare them too. But this gun hasn't been cleaned in ages, and recoil spring was supposed to be changed a while ago, so I am having a few issues. All right, there we have it. Now let's see the Legion. The new one hasn't even been shot, so okay. Okay, now let's talk reliability. X5, especially the Legion, the one I have doesn't have dead many rounds through it, but I had the X5 before. My good shooting buddy has the X5, and they just run. There's no issues with them. After initial issues that were with the trigger, whatnot, everything was kind of redone. Legion, they improved the trigger on it. Excalibur, I'm not gonna say I have 50,000 rounds with zero issues on it, because there are issues. There are actually issues right in the beginning. This gun needs a little bit of break-in. It's not a big company, and the gun comes fairly tight. That this lockup in with the rotating barrel, see how it works. That needs to be looped well, and it tracks the dust. So I'm not gonna say there's no issues with it, but for the money, for the purpose of this gun, it's a competition gun. Uh, it just runs. I never really had major issues with it in a competition with this or with my Excalibur, which is essentially a shorter model of this. The trigger. Obviously, we're kind of comparing apples to oranges because we're going single double action opposed to a striker fired. Okay, move it down a little bit. And this gun, I showed it in many videos. It's got one of the best triggers, in my opinion, right out of the box. There's absolutely nothing that was done to this gun. Okay. Now look at the reset. All right, so that's my biggest seller on this gun. It's completely ambidextrous out of the box. So your safety, your magazine release, and your slide stop, they on both sides. So whether you're righty or lefty, there's no issues. Comes with a couple of back straps you can change, so you can customize your grip. The stippling leaves a little bit to be desired, but there's aftermarket grips you can put on it, or I just use a traction tape. That's not a major deal for me. The Legion, the stippling on it is a lot better, but it could be a little better. And this gun either fits your hand or it doesn't, because there's no back straps, there's none of that stuff. But it's a modular gun, so the firing control unit is the whatever, is a thing with a serial number on it. So you can take it out and turn it into compact, turn it into whatever you want. So you can have multiple calibers, multiple sizes guns with one firing control unit, which doesn't sound like a huge deal, but in a state like New York that everything needs to go on your license, having just this and having multiple kits, it kind of saves you a bit of a headache. Now, the reason I choose SICK is because the carry optic Grand Power is not in the country, and God knows when it's gonna be here. And I really want to get into carry optics. It's really popular right now, so that's why I actually got two of them. I'm gonna mount the optic on one, and then I can just swap the frames, slides, whatever. If I want to shoot, let's say carry optics and IDPA, I can actually use a magwell. I can use it in a USPSA, or if I just want to shoot limited or production, I can just swap the slides, and I don't have to mess with the sights. Now, price-wise, they come. I think the Grand Power comes up a little bit cheaper these days. I think it's about $100 cheaper. Then again, I'm not sure what the price point of the carry optic version will be. I can imagine it's gonna be that much more. So, I mean, value-wise, you get the same. You get a really good gun with the 3 magazines. You get a little more with the Legion because you get to register it as a Legion, and they'll send you some cool swag. Like, they didn't send me this hat. I bought it when I was at the SIG Academy. So there you have it. There's Grand Power versus 6-hour P320 X5 Legion. Is it better? Is one better than the other? I wouldn't necessarily say so. Like I said, recoil feels just about the same in my hands. Both guns are a lot more accurate than I am. This probably edges a little bit with the reliability, but that could be because it's new. It doesn't have that many rounds as this. This one I really gotta scrub it good and change out all the springs finally. But yeah, this is for the next year. That's pretty much all I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be doing this gun, maybe with the optic, without the optic, in a different division, but I'm sticking to a SIG for at least a year. Let's see how that goes. As always, have fun. Keep shooting.